It is time for Litter Media Live on this December 4th of 2025 with beneficial news you can use, but you can always find at littermedia.com and on our social media information. We'll talk more about that coming up in just a bit. I'm Dan Ramey. He is Aaron Glandon. Mr. Hand 2 in full body form. Well, upper body form, I guess.
Torso form.
They used to call this the bust, I guess.
But then we wouldn't have arms.
Well, I guess
like
that's
the
true.
Greek statues.
So if we just kind of went like this.
Yeah. Can't do the show without arms, though. I need to click buttons.
This is the bust shot. Of course, if you want to be like Beethoven, you would be looking like this.
Yeah.
Ruffled collar, turned up, and the whole deal.
Yeah.
The first time I saw Beethoven was, I think, was a Peanuts cartoon in which Schroeder had placed a bust of him on his piano. And then later in my high school years, and I decided I wanted to make music as my choice of education, I had a small Beethoven bust that I had on my shelf in my bedroom.
So what's your favorite Beethoven?
I just liked the bust. I didn't.
Okay. You don't listen to Beethoven?
I think the fifth is probably the one that's most popular.
Is it the fifth? How does that one go?
We're not licensed to do
Okay.
that, so I can't help you there.
Sorry. I know in college I used to listen to the fourth, the fifth, and the eighth. But I don't remember how any of them went. I think those were the ones that I recognized.
Okay. You have to listen to the classical channel on Sirius XM to see if you can.
I don't have Sirius XM.
Or just type it in Google.
Yeah, there we go.
And that'll ring your memory. All right, coming up in a moment, we'll take a look at news and everything for you. But it's still cold outside, so let's jump into our forecast for today. You can see the winds are moving from the north to the south today. Cloudy skies, again, with temperatures reaching around freezing, but it's going to get cold again overnight. Low temperatures back into the teens, and a little sun tomorrow. Highs will be close to 30 degrees, and then for the weekend, it should be a little bit warmer. In fact, I'm hearing there's a chance of snow again. One of my Sunday school students last night said, "I hear we've got another pattern coming in of snow," and I'm like, "You're 16 years old. You shouldn't be talking about this kind of stuff. Yeah. You should be talking about girls and everything else." He's talking about the weather. He may be a future meteorologist for all we know. All right, coming up in just a moment, we'll get you caught up to date with news. But let's tell you now about Hometown Motors Incorporated, 818. Nope. Oh, I'm sorry.
Wrong one.
Wrong one? That looks like the right one. Hometown Motors Incorporated.
I don't know what I was thinking. I thought you said accurate.
I don't know what you were thinking either.
I don't know what I was thinking. Keep going.
You were listening. You had the fifth of Beethoven or the fourth or ninth on your mind.
Yep.
Welcome to Hometown Motors Incorporated, 818 Eastern Avenue in Chillicothe. If you want to stop in, see what they have going on now, it's the SCAG Inventory Clearance Sale continuing. How about a SCAG under your Christmas tree, or maybe in the world's largest Christmas stocking? You need to have a SCAG. And I've been told by many SCAG owners, once you own a SCAG, you won't turn back. But here's the deal. They're very low priced right now at Hometown Motors Incorporated, and once the inventory is gone, so are those low prices with them. So help Santa out. Stop by 818 Eastern Avenue in Chillicothe, or give them a call at 740-773-8826. Hometown Motors Incorporated, your store for the great outdoors. Each week, we'll announce the Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Litter Media Player of the Week, presented by Homeland Credit Union. And in December, we'll announce the Player of the Year. Nominate any amateur athlete by visiting littermedia.com and click on Player of the Week. You'll also see the players we've named throughout the year. Make your nomination today for the Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Litter Media Player of the Week, presented by Homeland Credit Union.
Find a career you love with Pickaway Ross Adult Education. Skilled trades careers are in high demand with no signs of slowing down. Pickaway Ross offers career training programs with expert instructors and hands-on learning tactics to create a variety of opportunities. Visit our website for more information.
Pain was interfering with Tiffany's active lifestyle. Same-day hip replacement at the Adina Orthopedic and Spine Institute got her back to the community she calls home. At Adina, we do what we love, so you can too.
Discover Ross County. From the breathtaking outdoor adventures to the historic sights of Chillicothe and family-friendly events and festivals. Explore more at visitchillicotheohio.com or download the free mobile app today.
Wherever you are, you're there for a reason. You shouldn't have to make a trip to the branch just to deposit a check. Skip the trip and use our mobile app to easily and securely deposit checks from your phone. Day or night, wherever you are, or whatever you're doing, download the Kingston National Bank Mobility app today.
If you wake up and you think to yourself, I wish I had some beneficial news that I could use, then you're in luck. You can go to littermedia.com, find all the news. Dan is pretending to type on his laptop, even though we can't see him. And you can find all the news that we have for you at littermedia.com, including links to our social media pages, including X, Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, and Litter Media Radio, all in the upper right-hand corner for your ease of
See,
use.
I was typing that in, and it popped up on our screen.
Yes.
There's something that's going to pop up on the screen right now that you caught last night. Look at this.
People running.
Yes.
And some of them had Rudolph noses. Some of them were dressed like Santa. But they were all taking part in the Rudolph Run and Glow Walk as part of downtown Chillicothe's fundraiser for all the lights south of Water Street.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of the lights that are wrapped around lampposts and things now. I think that's new from previous years. And a lot of folks doing their best to run in this and enjoy themselves. There was a lot of walkers as well, from what I understand. So thank you.
There's some antlers.
Yes, thank you for making this happen. Downtown Chillicothe, Ohio is the benefactor, and 14 years now for the Rudolph Run and Glow Walk. So congratulations on having a successful event again. Ross County Continuum of Care to End Homelessness is preparing for the annual Point in Time count. That's the night of Tuesday, January 27th. Organizer Tabitha Muse told us yesterday that there are 41 unsheltered persons counted during the event last January and 107 sheltered homeless in Ross County. The committee will also work with agencies to collect additional missed contracts through the services basis counted on 7 days following that count. Anyone interested in helping to volunteer during the Point in Time count, you can email rosscountycoc@gmail.com. Let me run through that again. It's rosscountycoc@gmail.com. And if you want to find out more, simply log on to littermedia.com. You can read the entire story right there to learn more about what they're doing.
Yeah. The Homeless Shelter and Resource Center on Eastern Avenue is approaching its second year. The center is operated by the Ross County Community Action Committee, and Executive Director Julie Bolin was in studio with us this morning to talk about the shelter, and she also explained a little bit about what the difference is between sheltered and unsheltered in that point of time count.
So sheltered would be any individual staying in a homeless shelter. So when we do our count locally, we are taking numbers of people staying that night that are at the Community Resource Center, at the Rose House Domestic Violence Shelter, and Seeds of Hope shelter. So we are taking those counts, and then unsheltered are the folks that are in the HUD definition, staying in a place overnight not meant for human habitation. So those are individuals that are sleeping in their car, maybe in an abandoned building, out at an encampment. So anyone staying in a circumstance or a situation like that.
There are many ways that you can help the Resource Center, either by volunteering or by making a donation. Bolin said that their sponsor, a COT fundraiser, is back. The efforts raised $80,000 last year, which helped them cover 2 months of providing shelter. The average cost per cot per night is $20 for the shelter to operate. And the program has different levels of sponsorship, and you can find all this information from our screen right here on their website, which is rossccac.org.
Or you can call 740-702-7222.
The Teays Valley Educational Foundation is mourning the passing of Dr. Louise Warner, a guiding force in the creation of the foundation. Dr. Warner's leadership, kindness, and unwavering commitment helped shape the foundation into what it is today. She, along with her daughter, Gail Warner, she's a former classmate of mine. She encouraged her to, she and her father, Dr. Warner, they decided to start the Stratford Ecological Center, agricultural learning spot for people. It's up in Delaware, and it was really to help kids learn how to raise food and learn about the outdoors. And so that's one of the things, and she has a litany of things that she accomplished during her life. She was 95 years old, and among her many contributions, she established scholarships in the memory of her late husband, Dr. Jack Warner, and her daughter, Gail Warner. We lost Gail a couple of years after graduation. I think it was 1981 or 82 when she passed away. She was a student at Stanford University after she graduated at Teays Valley. A memorial service is being planned for this spring at the Stratford Ecological Center up in Delaware. And again, the life and memory of Dr. Louise Warner.
There will be an estate auction at Ohio University Chillicothe next week featuring unique items owned by the late Joyce Atwood. Atwood was a longtime educator, advocate for children's charities, and a philanthropist. The auction will be Tuesday, December 9th inside the Stevenson Center beginning at 6 p.m. The auction will be held both on-site and virtually with a live simulcast.
Joyce was a wonderful person. She was a longtime teacher, but also administrator at Chillicothe City Schools. She also was involved with Ohio University Chillicothe, and she loved kids. She was a longtime board member of the Big Brothers Big Sisters of South Central Ohio. She had no kids of her own, but all of the students over the years were her kids. And so that auction will be a big benefit for someone, and we appreciate OU Chillicothe participating in that. Ohio University's Ohio Regional Promise Award covers the full cost of tuition for Pell-eligible freshmen. A social media post by Ohio University reads, "Attend an Ohio University Regional Campus this fall, 2026, with your tuition fully covered."
That sounds like a good deal.
That is an eye catcher for parents and students alike. And you can read more about the Ohio Regional Promise Award in a story at littermedia.com. And the cost of college these days, this is making it affordable. And the cool thing about this is if you participate in it and you want to continue your studies over at Athens at the main campus, it becomes a $5,000 scholarship, which is renewable.
That's pretty good.
That buys a lot of books.
Yeah, it does.
And a lot of board and room and all that kind of jazz, too.
We're 2 weeks away from the 41st annual Rock for Tots concert and auction with Moose Miller, the headliner for the event on December 18th. Rock for Tots will be at the Majestic Theater from 5 to 11 p.m. Also playing that night is Second Story String Band, Sugarloaf Shakedown, Shady Ray, and organizer Paul Pollard. Tickets are $10, and all monies raised go to children's charities. Again, that's December 18th, 5 to 11.
So usually this has been held for the previous 40 years, the first Friday in December. But I reached out to Paul here a few weeks ago, and I said, am I reading this right? It's December 18th. He says, yeah. So the Majestic is going to have a couple of big events next week. They'll have John Barry on the 16th in his traditional holiday Christmas event, and then Rock for Tots 2 days later. So be interesting to see those two tear down and then set up, because there's a lot of setup for Rockford Tots. Fayette County EMS will be turning 50 years old in 2026. Celebrations are in the works, and they need your help to make the milestone possible. Anyone who has photos, newspaper clippings, videos, or a favorite story about an EMS crew or a call that they were on, you can share with the Fayette EMS to use the help to tell that story. You can share via their Facebook Messenger, or you can send photos or stories by email to dbainter, BAINTER, at fcems-oh.org. Those items can also be dropped off at the fire station. Road report, still cold. Still wet in some areas.
Yes.
And you might find some black ice here and there. Temperatures will be in the mid-teens. ODOT's done a great job of keeping the roadways clear, the main thoroughfares. But don't forget, I did see, and I haven't seen this very often. It just was one of those happenstances, I guess. But I was driving on Douglas Avenue going to get lunch the other day, and I saw a city truck coming through and plowing one of the side streets. And so I don't normally get a chance to see that. So it's neat to see that the city is also taking care of some streets as well. So, but there still might be some ice and slush and things of that sort you have to be cautious about. So just a reminder, you don't want to slip on the ice because it can turn bad real quick. Coming up in a moment to look at sports, and our Petland Litter Media Pet of the Week is just around the corner. Accurate Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing is your trusted comfort advisor, has been for nearly 50 years. Their territory has expanded greatly. It used to be just in the Chillicothe area, but now it's Waverly, it's Portsmouth, it's over to Athens, it's Dayton, it's up in Columbus. A wide territory. They've got a lot of fleet that goes and makes those calls, whether it be heating, cooling, or plumbing. Click on this ad anywhere you see it at littermedia.com, and you'll get full explanation because it takes you to their website, and that's accuratehvac.com.
I was looking for a first job. I had been babysitting and decided it was something for a little more permanent. It pays very well. It's convenient. You can make your own schedule with the flexibility. That's something that I like. The people that I work with are great. I wouldn't ask for a better crew or management team to work for.
As a professional race car driver, I live for speed, power, and performance, on and off the track. That's why I use the Dixie Chopper, the world's fastest lawnmower. Race into your local dealership today and test drive a new Dixie Chopper.
The Pike County Career and Technology Center provides hands-on, skilled trades training with engaging curriculums and endless possibilities. From automotive technology, carpentry, business management, to culinary arts and interactive media. From electricity, welding, HVAC, engineering, and medical technology, to pre-nursing, basic food service, and public safety. We're preparing our youth for America's workforce through today's technology. To learn more about Pike County CTC, visit pikectc.org.
At Tomlinson Insurance, we've been protecting families, farms, and businesses since 1853. From auto, home, farm, life, or health, we tailor coverage that fits your world with multiple carriers to meet your insurance needs. Real people, real service, local agents who can answer the phone and care when it matters most. Tomlinson Insurance. Let our history be your future. Call or stop by today.
Introducing the Petland Litter Media Pet of the Week. We want to put your pet in the spotlight. Pets with paws to pets with fins. If they gallop, crawl, or slither, play fetch, or simply curl up and snuggle. Send us a photo of your pet and we'll announce a new pet each week. And one pet will be crowned Pet of the Year. To nominate your pet, visit littermedia.com. Click on Pet of the Week. Tell us about your pet and be sure to include a photo. Watch Litter Media Live each Thursday for the announcement of the Petland Litter Media Pet of the Week. No purchase necessary. Contest applications must be from Ohio residents and at least 18 years old.
And now time for a look at sports, and we open with our Haynes Total Healthcare Center High School scoreboard from last night. In girls high school basketball in the FAC, McLean beats Chillicothe 51-18. Hillsboro over Miami Trace 51-22. Washington beats Jackson 51-48. And Logan Elm takes Waverly 65-32. In the OCC, Buckeye Groveport Madison beats Canal Winchester 67-47. And in boys basketball non-league action, Meigs beats Reedsville Eastern 72-59. In swimming, McLean dominates a meet against Portsmouth West in Circleville, winning in both boys and girls.
And we also added Fairfield Union a winner over Hamilton Township in boys basketball 63-33.
I don't see that on here. I must not have refreshed.
You need to refresh.
And on the schedule tonight, girls SVC basketball has Unioto at Huntington, Westfall at Adena, Paint Valley at St. Trace, and Piketon at Southeastern. Also tonight, Chillicothe hosts Unioto and Portsmouth Notre Dame in a swim meet at the Ross County YMCA. As
we told you yesterday, Ohio State offensive coordinator Brian Hartline was named as the head football coach at the University of South Florida. Buckeyes coach Ryan Day confirmed yesterday, saying that Hartline will stay with the Buckeyes through OSU's college football playoff run. I'm so happy to hear that because so often we see them just, I got to start on my program. And he's very valuable to calling plays for this offense that has been unstoppable this year. The first of the OHSAA State Football Championship games kicks off tonight at 7 p.m., featuring Avon and Cincinnati Colerain. There are more games Friday, 3 more on Saturday as well. Wheelersburg wrapping up the weekend against Liberty Center Saturday night at 7:30 p.m. up in Canton. Spectrum has the TV and streaming rights to the games, but if you go to our website, littermedia.com, you'll find in the story links to watch the games online in our website story there again at littermedia.com. There is a $9.99 charge for each game to be able to watch that. So if you're into seeing how things are going with the games, it's worth, $50 to you? $60? And there's $7, so it'd be $70. I guess you could basically pay to watch those games, unless you were a Spectrum subscriber, and then you can watch them for free.
Or you can get a ticket and go watch
and drive and sit in the cold in Canton. Yes.
Yeah.
That's another way of doing it.
That is definitely a way of doing it. Chillicothe's Trey Beard scored 20 points in Cleveland State's 95-80 loss at Northern Kentucky last night. The Vikings have slipped to 3-7 now. Also last night, though, the Ohio Bobcats earned their second win on the season, beating Maine 79-57. The 2-6 Bobcats host Marshall Saturday afternoon.
That picture looks like, hey, I'm going over here.
I'm switching sides.
I'm guessing that maybe they had just scored a basket and they were working their way back down the floor. And he just looked over and says, that's where you'll find the popcorn, right over there. Cleveland Cavaliers fell to Portland last night, 122-110. They just could not get over the hump. They'll host San Antonio tomorrow night. And the Blue Jackets are back on home ice tonight against the Detroit Red Wings. They'll drop the puck at 7:30 p.m. Coming up, this date in history and the Petland Litter Media Pet of the Week. Details are coming up.
First, we want to tell you about Litter Quality Propane. Online all the time. Customer payment, account information, and more. Log on at litterpropane.com.
Tecumseh. Fascinating. Captivating. Mesmerizing. Tecumseh.
Life. It can get on top of you quickly, can't it? But with 211, it only takes one step to get connected to the help you need. 211 is always available to help. So get in touch today.
The Bean Foundation wants to raise awareness about suicide prevention by sharing 988. Trained crisis counselors are available to talk 24/7, 365 days a year. 988. Save the number. Save a life. To learn more about the Bean Foundation, click on this ad on littermedia.com.
Before we get to this date in history, it's time for our Petland Litter Media Pet of the Week. And we would like to introduce you to Boomer. Owner Betsy Clark tells us Boomer is an Australian Shepherd Blue Heeler mix, almost 9 years old as well. He loves a good snow day. Who doesn't, right? And he acts like a puppy playing in the snow. We've done that too. He loves his daily walks and seeing all his neighborhood friends along the way. And to be honest, he loves a couch nap and treats just as much as all the playing and exercising. I could probably say I'm very relatable.
Yeah, you're just like Boomer.
He truly is the bestest boy, she says. If you would like to submit your nomination for a Pet of the Week, please do so by sending us an email to littermedia@gmail.com. Tell us about your pet and send in a photo as well, so that way we can properly recognize them. We will have a Pet of the Year decided before the end of this month. So get your nominations into us. And you can go to littermedia.com and click where it says Petland Litter Media Pet of the Week. You'll be able to see all of those who have been Pets of the Week all year long.
If you want to advocate for one and think that it should be Pet of the Year, let us know in the comments.
You can do that too. Absolutely. All right, time for this date in history. We go back to 1783. Here is your image for today.
Is that going to show up on the screen?
It may.
Do I get to keep it when the show's over?
Let's find out. There we go. It's not the $1 bill. I mean, it is.
It is.
But that's not the focus of this. The focus of the story is the guy whose face is on the $1 bill. 1783, General George Washington informed his military officers he would be resigning his commission as leader of the Continental Army and return to civilian life. I've had it, fellas. You've got it. I think you can handle it. I'm going back to Mount Vernon.
Yes.
And he officially resigned December 23rd. 6 years later, though, he would be coaxed out of retirement so they could put him on a $1 bill and a quarter. However, it was so he could become president.
Yes.
He ran for president. He won president. And to be honest with you, I don't know who he campaigned against. Have you ever learned that in American history?
I don't know. I think everyone, for his first presidency, I think everyone just unanimously decided, okay, you're the guy. I don't know if there was campaigns.
You're the man, huh?
Yeah.
They all remembered him being there for the signing of the Declaration and so on and so forth.
Right.
Said, you've already got the experience, you can be the guy.
And then I don't think he campaigned against anybody for his second term either. I think they were just like, well, you're the guy.
Well, they wanted to appoint him king, didn't they?
And then he stepped down.
He said, no, there's not going to be any kingdom here. But he was our first president of the United States, still probably is one of the truest, most trustworthy persons to have ever been president of the United States. His presidency lasted until 1797, and he died just 2 years later. And that's this date in history. And that's it for the program today. If you'd like to hear what Julie Bolin had to say in our conversation earlier this morning in regards to the Resource Center down on Eastern Avenue, which is about to be 2 years old. I want to say it was December 15th when it opened up. Seemed like we were there on a Thursday night.
I don't remember.
And if the calendar fits, I believe that would be the case, that it would be December 15th, because that's a Saturday this year, isn't it? No, 13th is a Saturday.
I don't know.
15th is a Monday.
I got no idea what you're saying.
I'm losing it all now. It seems like the second week of December they opened up.
The 13th is a Friday.
Not this year.
It's not?
No. Because this Friday's the 6th. No, 5th.
I'm confused.
Yes, this is where you come to get complete knowledge of everything. The 5th is this Friday. Correct?
Yes.
You found that out?
Yes.
All right. So 2 years ago, the second week of December, they opened up the resource center as a homeless shelter.
Anyway,
That's
go
what
on
we're getting
YouTube to watch our interview with Julie Bowen.
You can hear it all and everything she had to share with us about what they're doing and how you can help them at the shelter as well. So for Aaron Glandon, I'm Dan Ramey. That's it for the program today. We'll see you soon on another edition of Litter Media Live.